Let's talk for 10 minutes about the drought is over. Let's go ahead and put 10 minutes on the clock, and here we go. Yo, I've been talking about this for this entire time. If you're new to the podcast, welcome. But it is finally over. The multiplayer drought, the video game drought for like a year or so is finally over. At least for me. I don't know if you agree with me, but bear with me. And it just feels like finally that there's something to wake up and grind. I feel like the entire time you've had this entire big three of Fortnite, Apex, Warzone just dominate the entire multiplayer gaming scene, and it's been dry and barren ever since for like I mentioned, a year. But it all ended yesterday. Well, to be fair, I would say it ended like a week or so ago. I mean, you had some great titles released as well, like Battlefield 2042 in early release, which I have access to because I subscribe to a EA Pro subscription just to be able to play, just to get my feet wet. And also, you had a great game release for the Xbox, and that is Forza Horizon 5, which it's been a while since I've been playing a racing game, but holy, is that game lots of fun. There's nothing like driving around Mexico and having some great times and just exploring and all the different types of cars and different races and the graphics, and so good. And on another note, the Xbox Game Pass is the truth. Wow. But let me get back to the point about why this video game drought is over. And there's a reason why to wake up and grind. It's because the big dog, the big green machine is here. And that's right. It is Master Chief Halo Infinite multiplayer drop out of nowhere. Granted, there was little rumblings and rumors about the whole thing coming true. But in the Xbox 20th year celebration showcase, they announced that 343 Industries announced Halo dropping at the very end. Talk about the most epic microphone drop that you ever could think of. Is nothing as good and glorious as a shadow drop of a multiplayer. Yes, it is like the cream of the crop. It is the cherry on top. It's the magical unicorn. It's never, well, it has been done. Remember, way back in the day, a couple years ago, Apex Legends just came out of nowhere. Granted, a couple of influencers, or I would say a handful of influencers, were known about the entire project. But for Apex Legends to have zero rumors in regarding of its release, and all of a sudden you get an Super Bowl kind of campaign, and boom, out of nowhere the next day Apex Legends comes out, and boom, out of nowhere the servers work. And that is what my next point about this whole entire thing is. Yes, the gaming drought is over. I mean, historically speaking, when it comes to the gaming drought, there is a tendency between March and September where really nothing releases, but you've been getting constant releases. I feel like now we are in a backlog, or literally a log jam that's creating a backlog of so many different gaming titles, and not only just multiplayer, but so many from the single player. You have Far Cry 6, you have Metroid Dread, you had so many. When the Gaming Awards was just announced, which we'll have another podcast reacting to that whole thing, there's just so many awesome video games right now, no doubt, due to the COVID pandemic, things of that sort. Things got delayed, all that stuff got delayed, and now it's here, and it feels like it's a lot. There's just so many things to play. I literally was going to play Battlefield 2042, and then all of a sudden Halo dropped out of nowhere. I feel really bad for Battlefield 2042. I mean, it feels like another Battlefield game sent out to the throes to get squashed. I mean, last time it was a different Call of Duty game, but the same thing here. I mean, Call of Duty Vanguard, it's another great title. And the drought is going to be over because in the future, there's more stuff coming. There's always a rumor that Fortnite is going to be entering its new Chapter 3 early December. You have Call of Duty Vanguard's Warzone map going to be entering early December as well. And that is literally just the beginning of the holiday season. I mean, who knows what else is out there that'll be coming out of nowhere and just dropping on us. I mean, Halo Infinite is so good. I will do another podcast about it, describing how awesome it is, but it is really solid, and I cannot wait to keep grinding it. It's a throwback to the old school ways when it comes to arena. So as a gamer, as especially a multiplayer, and if you're a listener or watcher out there, hopefully you are a multiplayer aficionado like I am, who has just been aching for anything, bro. anything, any beta, anything, any alpha that we would play. I mean, Splitgate kind of held us over just a little bit, remember, but Splitgate came out years ago, and then all of a sudden it showed up on the scene, and everybody got really excited about it. But I wonder, will Splitgate survive Halo? That's another question for a different podcast, but I feel like right now, if you're a multiplayer person or if you're a gamer, you have to be really excited. I mean, the Nintendo Switch just released with Mario Party Superstars. I mean, that had a great time, and I had a great time playing that with my friends out there in Las Vegas when I went for the Twitch Rivals Ultimate Challenge. So there's just so much good things right now that's happening in gaming for all platforms. And I would say the biggest thing, if you had to ask me, the biggest contributor to the drought, like I already mentioned, the Xbox and Halo, but it is the Xbox Game Pass. The Xbox Game Pass right now is all of a sudden just hitting on all cylinders at the right time. And if you're a PlayStation fan out there, you're going to be like, what is PlayStation doing? I mean, I know they announced that they're, slowly but surely things are moving along in the PlayStation front. You have some great indies like Shifu coming out. You have some great studios like Blue Point joining in the fun. Elden Ring is just released. If you're a PlayStation gamer, you could definitely play that as well. But it's just like what's going on beyond that. I mean, the Xbox Game Pass just doused the entire barren, dry land of multiplayer with two really fantastic titles in Forza Horizon 5. That's what happens when you combine the two. I digress. And Halo Infinite, which is the big doggy. Now, the question is how long can Halo survive? That's a good question in terms of other people were like, it needs a battle royale. I, for one, really believe it's a crime. It's a misdemeanor, okay? It's like, it's a bummer. It's a disappointment if Halo did not have it. I tend to feel right now, which we'll get more into the weeds of it when I do a review of Halo Infinite multiplayer, is that right now I feel like the time to kill is a very interesting time to kill. It doesn't really, I know it's traditional Halo, but when it comes to modern, it's just too long, especially when you have multiple engagements with multiple enemies where you just, you release an entire clip on one person, all of a sudden you have to fight the other person. It's a messy. It feels really good for a battle royale, which hopefully one day we'll get to that. So, to review real quick, really excitement about this whole entire thing. Video games are really cool. There's more coming down the pipe, no doubt. If you are a fan of multiplayer, it's happening. I just wish, again, PlayStation, where are you with this multiplayer? There's so much good things happening right now. It's all third party, but where are you right now, man? We need you more than ever. And I know we've been sitting on our hands when it comes to Last of Us multiplayer. We've been waiting for it. We've been itching for those kind of fun things. But hey, at least I'm happy right now. I'm very fortunate to be able to own these different kind of consoles and different platforms to be able to enjoy all that. And recently I picked up a Razer 15-inch. Ooh, man, talk about how good that is. I really needed a mobile solution when it comes to streaming and editing and things of that sort, considering that my life is now all hectic. And if I plan to do more traveling for gigs and whatnot, or for events, I need to be able to be on my toes when it comes to editing and whatnot. But let me know what you think about this drought. Do you feel quenched? Do you feel like you need more? And that has been the 10-minute checkpoint podcast with me, SanchoWest. We're talking about video games, movies, music, anything underneath the sun, all in 10 minutes. Thank you so much. Peace and love. Comment down below, subscribe, follow, do all those things. Peace.